The first big movie of 2024 has arrived. Let's go! So, Argylle is a new spy action comedy film directed by Matthew Vaughn, in which we primarily follow two characters. One of whom is portrayed by Bryce Dallas Howard and the other portrayed by Sam Rockwell. Bryce Dallas Howard portrays a spy novelist who has written these critically acclaimed spy novels, but unfortunately her work, her writing, seems to be mirroring some events that are going on in this film's world, and as a result, these spies are coming after, these organizations are coming after, and who is trying to protect her? Sam Rockwell. Well, his character, I should say. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Argylle.
Excellent!
Argylle was one of those films that, even though I'm a big Matthew Vaughn fan, it was one of those movies that I was just hoping going into that'd be a fun time. And here's what I can say. Is Argylle fun? Yeah, it's fun, sure. There are two performances in particular that I really dug in this movie. One of which being Bryce Dallas Howard, the other one being, well, Sam Rockwell. These two are easily the best parts of the entire film. Bryce Dallas Howard, I thought, did a great job of portraying this novelist who is unknowingly writing these novels that get her into this world. Like, the best way to describe her character is like, imagine Hideo Kojima as if he was like the spy realm almost. She did really, really good. Sam Rockwell is so good in this movie, and honest to God, I think that Sam Rockwell is one of the most underappreciated actors of this generation. Sam Rockwell absolutely rocked in this role. Anytime that there was comedy in this movie that worked, Sam Rockwell was the one who brought the most comedy. Something else in particular that I liked, actually as a matter of fact, I kind of loved about this movie was the concept of this movie. The concept of a spy novelist that is writing these novels, these critically acclaimed novels, but at the same time, these novels are kind of touching too close to reality, and as a result, people are coming after wanting what she may know about the next thing. At first, it's a concept that is really, really interesting, and where it starts to go, I thought was actually really quite intriguing, and it brought for some really fun material in this movie. This movie definitely has a lot of fun moments, in particular with the film's action. If you guys have seen Matthew Vaughn's work, Matthew Vaughn can shoot one hell of a fun action sequence. The action sequences are not only stylized, they have this hyper-real sense in the way of how they're shot and the way they're choreographed. As you guys have seen in the trailer, the train sequence of the trailer was a lot of fun. There's another great action sequence that involves them in a room, which I thought was not only really fun, but also the way how it ended was really, really freaking funny. Almost borders on being ridiculous, but he makes the ridiculousness feel fun in these action sequences. Argylle also has some really funny moments. I mean, there are some moments in this movie that had me laughing a lot harder than I expected. There were a couple of twists and turns I actually just went, that was pretty cool.
Well, that's just fucking great!
But at the same time, Argylle I found to be a mixed bag. Argylle was definitely a fun movie, but at the same time, underneath all that fun as a movie, that just felt kind of hollow, at least in my eyes. The movie definitely has a lot of flash, and it definitely has a lot of pizzazz, it has a lot of style, absolutely. But here's the thing, guys. Right when it gets to that point where it feels like it's finally finding that footing, it's almost like the movie kind of steps back, and it frustrated me that every single time Argylle was about to finally get to where it's about to be at, it's like the movie never fully gets to the point where it just wants to actually get to in terms of not only just tone, but the spy movie that it actually wants to be. It is fun to a big fault. I mean, to a big fault. This movie has a big cast, and a lot of the big name actors, like, for example, Henry Cavill, is, by the way, in front of the freaking poster in this movie, is barely in the movie. Henry Cavill is probably in less than a quarter of the film's runtime. Like, that is how less is in the movie than you think he is. Remember how I mentioned the train sequence that was a lot of fun? Well, there's a particular mechanic, a particular element in this film where in an action sequence where it keeps cutting back and forth to Sam Rockwell and Henry Cavill fighting, and it does it so much to the point where it just kind of got distracting and it kept taking me out of it going like, okay, guys, I get the point, but just stick to an actor, please. I just got annoyed more than anything else. Going on to something else that I was particularly a big fan of, and that's the movie's overall, like, music. Well, I should rephrase that. The composer of the film was Lauren Balfe, who is a phenomenal composer. I mean, this guy has done some incredible stuff, like, for example, Mission Impossible Fallout, which is my favorite action music scores the last decade. A lot of his music I felt like got replaced by a bunch of songs on a soundtrack. The songs in this movie, the soundtrack is actually quite good, but I just wanted to hear more of Lauren Balfe's score. Again, that might be more of a personal thing for me, but Lauren Balfe is an incredible composer, and I feel like that the stuff that he composed was replaced by a soundtrack instead of an actual score in this movie. Something else that I must mention, and this is kind of going back to Henry Cavill, but please bear with me. Henry Cavill is barely in this movie, like I mentioned to you guys earlier. Henry Cavill is in less than 25% of this film's runtime. And you want to know how long this movie is? 2 hours and 20 minutes. Henry Cavill barely makes up for an hour of this movie. And if to be nearly that long, absolutely not. This movie could have been easily either 2 hours or even more so, an hour and 50 minutes. I mean, 2 hours and 20 minutes was just way too freaking long for this movie. For as many twists I thought were pretty cool, there were just as many twists in the film that left me going like, why? Like, for example, of course, no spoilers here to you guys. There is a scene in this movie where there was a really cool twist. I mean, a really cool twist, but then literally within the next couple of minutes, another twist was introduced, and I feel like it was just in there just for the sake of putting a plot twist in there. Argylle, I thought was also kind of predictable, including with, well, the twist. There is a scene in this movie, and this scene, I don't understand why this had to be in here.
And here we go.
So overall, Argylle was just okay. Bryce Dallas Howard and Sam Rockwell are great in the film. The film has some fun action sequences, and on top of that, the film does have fun moments as the entertainment value, and there are some funny moments, absolutely yes. But at the same time, it's in a movie that never seems to find its footing. It's in a movie that seems to waste some pretty great actors, and on top of that, not only is it just too long, but as well as that, not only are there pretty cool twists, but at the same time there are just as many twists that just did not work. And it all just results in a movie that I felt like was just, well, a mixed bag of a movie. For those of you who have enjoyed this movie and had a blast with Argylle, I'm happy for you, but if you were to ask me if I would recommend this movie to you, I unfortunately can't. All in all, I'm gonna give Argylle a 2.5 out of 5, and this bums me out because I really wanted to love this movie. As a matter of fact, I wanted to love this movie, but unfortunately for me, this is the first disappointment of 2024. So comment down below and let me know. Have you guys seen Argylle? What did you think of Argylle? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'm also on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you enjoyed my review of Argylle. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.